Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. So inshallah, we're going to start tonight's program with our short surah, and then we'll get right into today's topic, inshallah. So please begin. No, that's okay. Go ahead. You can also read it off the phone. It's fine. على محمد آل محمد وعجل فرجهم. All right, let's get started with tonight's program. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So from last week, we had done a poll of sorts, and I asked you guys what topic you guys wanted to start discussing a little bit more about from an Islamic lens. There were a lot of opinions, a lot of subjects that people put out, and majority of them happened to be on our 12th Imam, the Imam of our time, Imam-e-Zamana alayhi salam, Ajallahu ta'ala faraj al-sariq, salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So, I prepared kind of an introductory lesson today to start us off and get us maybe a little bit of a snapshot into not only the life of our 12th Imam, but why are we here today? And why should we put so much importance on the 12th Imam specifically, right? What's the reason for doing that? We have other 11 Imams, we have Panjatan, we have the 14 Masumeen, 24,000 prophets, for example. So much emphasis today on the 12th, for example. So that's what we're here for today. I'm going to get us a quote. Reference is right there if you get to check it out sometime at home, maybe later. The reference is Hayatul Volume 3. Who goes as such? And I just a little bit. Please mind that. The quote goes as, doesn't matter if a mountain of information on all Imams, the 5 Panjatan. If you have no awareness, emotion, feeling of anything. This is an authentic hadith that has mentioned not just but Sunni. It is a very that stands, especially in times where we see terrorism, we see hypocrisy, we see awful inhumanity. In these kind of times, it is a very relevant. No mountains of nation of the very Islamic figures' lives is extremely important. Yeah, but it say that it in comparison to someone who doesn't know enough about the Imam's time. But before we continue, I would like to try just a little. Let's get back to what Allah to say about Muhammad and for example, salawat. Allah. Can you guys hear me? Okay, technical issues. That's okay. We are all good. So, Rasulullah, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, on many occasions, with the final occasion being the event of Ghadir, announced the successorship and the imamate of Amir al-Mu'mineen in very clear terms. He very clearly stated the successorship of our first Imam, Imam Ali alayhi salam. He would then, on multiple times, on various occasions, and in many different ways, he would make it clear that until the day of judgment, the number of successors and caliphs or khalifas, until the day of judgment, will only be 12. And that's something that he has said himself many times. Not just once, not just twice, but on numerous different occasions throughout his life. So we know this is authentic, and we know this is truthful, and this is an undeniable fact, that there are only 12 Imams. That much is clear, right? The first of them will be Imam Ali alayhi salam. First of them was Imam Ali alayhi salam, the first Imam, and the last one was Akhir-e-Zaman, Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi. And to reword the hadith in another way that it was written, Rasulullah has underlined the significance of the 12th Imam through this famous tradition. If you can see on the screen. Man mat walam ya'rifu Imam-e-Zamana mat, Mitahu Jahiliya. One who dies without recognizing the Imam of his time dies the death of ignorance. Ignorance comes in many forms. A good example of ignorance could be disbelief or unbelief. Not believing in the Imam of his time. For example, it doesn't just have to be, Muslims who don't believe in Imam-e-Zamana, it can also be non-Muslims. This hadith is kind of pertaining to many different people in that respect. Now, I do want to backtrack a little bit more, and I want to get us through a quick snapshot of the Imam of our time, the 12th Imam. So let's give you all some fun facts, and actually I want you guys to participate this time. So have a little bit of a quiz set up, and let's see how you guys do. Let's see how much you know about our 12th Imam. So first question is, what is the name of our 12th Imam? And I don't mean by title. Right now on your phones you should see I believe 4 different options. So pick the option that you feel you think is the most correct. And I'll give you about maybe good 10, 15 more seconds. And then let's see how correct you got these. Okay, so looks like we've got a split between Muhammad and Az-Zaman. Feel like we're missing a few answers. Wait about a few more seconds. Let you guys choose. All right. That's okay. You can always switch. You can't switch, right? I don't know. How many is meant to meter that much? Okay, so you can't switch. You choose when answer is done. Okay, that's fine. I think we'll call it there. All right, I'm going to show you guys the correct answer. The correct answer was Muhammad. His official name is Muhammad. His title, like I said, we're not talking about title, right? Az-Zaman is his title. Mazar al-Iman is another title. Jafar, oh, no. It's kind of not a correct answer. All right, let's move on to our next question. Next question is, who is the father of the 12th Imam? Our options are Hussain, Baqir, Hassan, and Mustafa. Give you guys a good 20 seconds to figure out what you think is the right answer. Ooh, wow. Getting a lot more answers with this one, which means people are a little bit more confident about this. Ooh. I did try to trick you guys with this question a little bit. Some of you figured out the trick, some of you guys didn't. That's okay. We're here to learn, right? This is what this discussion is all about. Give you maybe 10 more seconds. 2, 4, 5. All right, let's show the correct answer. Correct answer was Hassan. Okay. You never, ever, ever refer to, Imam Hassan Askari as Hassan. You don't do that. Out of respect, you say Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. I just did that to kind of give you guys a little bit of a, I tricked you guys a little bit, right? Because Imam Hassan Askari, the 11th Imam, is the father of the 12th Imam. That should be a little bit obvious, considering the lineage, so to speak, right? So Imam Hassan al-Askari is the father of the 12th Imam. Next question, who is the mother of the 12th Imam? This one might be a little bit more difficult. I know it's difficult for me, personally. Shameful for me to say, but I tend not to remember the mothers so much. I really should. I should sit down and try to memorize these names. Sometimes I don't. That's what it is, right? Okay, but we're getting, oh, wow. Oh, this is a much bigger split than the last one. So, Narjis Khatun seems to be the answer with 5 people voting and 1 person, Fatima. I guess that's all the votes. Let's reveal the answer. The answer is Narjis Khatun. Okay, wow, you guys are really knowledgeable about this. That's very good, that's very good. I'm actually really impressed by that. So, good on you guys. And when you know this and you confidently put the answer down, I will be very impressed. It's not something that people normally just, spur of the moment know the answer to. The Ashur al 3rd is Al-Hajj, 6th of Shaban, 18th of Rajab, and 15th of Shaban. So what is the correct answer? I will admit, when I was researching myself, I did not know. So I'm not going to blame you guys if you get it wrong. Okay, well, now you guys are just showing off. The correct answer is 15th of Shaban. I don't know how you guys are doing this. I hope you're not Googling this. That's something I would do. I hope no one's doing it over here. But yes, 15th of Shaban is the birthday of the 12th Imam. So, good on you guys for getting majority votes for that. If you didn't know before, that's okay. Well, now you're just stealing my line, aren't you? Okay, where was the 12th Imam born? Was it Samara? Was it Najaf? Was it Medina? Was it Baghdad? This one should be a little bit more obvious, but again, I won't blame you if you don't know. Join the Menti. If you want, I can show you the QR code real quick. There. Go scan it. Go up there. Scan the QR code. Good? Good. 4, 5, we're missing 2 more votes. Someone hasn't voted, or 2 people haven't voted. Whose Wi-Fi cut out? Oh, that's okay. Okay. Like I said, this isn't I didn't say, but this is not a blukit, so there's no points or anything. You can join whenever you're able to. It's just interactive. The correct answer was Samara. I don't know how you guys, none of you chose that. Well, one person did, but that's because they kind of already knew. So, anyways, Samara is the correct answer. It is in Iraq, I believe. Samara. Okay? Alright. What is his age? This is the last one. What is the age of Imam-e-Zamana right now? Okay, some people haven't voted yet. Give me 10 more seconds for this one, 10 more seconds. All right, let's continue. There is no correct answer for this. Oh, but he has an age. We don't know what the age is. You can calculate if you want to. Yeah, you could. I just didn't do that. I'm not gonna spend my time calculating that. The point is he's still alive, and given an age, I mean, not really the point. He's still very much alive and very much waiting for the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reappear. Okay, so there's gonna be more menti. We're not stopping just yet, but I do want to actually give a little bit more information from my end. So, it is an undeniable fact that the 12th Imam is currently in occultation. Anyone know the Arabic word for occultation? The period of disappearance. There's a blank sughra and a blank kubra. Come on, guys. Come on. Occultation. No? Yeah, there you go. Say it again. Yeah, ghaibat. So, the Arabic word for occultation is ghaibat. Currently, Imam-e-Zamana is in ghaibat-e-kubra. He was in ghaibat-e-sughra previously, but he reappeared. That's why it was a small period of disappearance. He is now in ghaibat-e-kubra, which is big, and I mean really big, because he's still not appeared, right? The definition of occultation is that people are not aware of where he resides. That's the definition. So is he somewhere on some faraway island? Is he on a different planet or a different galaxy? Is he somewhere in heaven, for example? No. So, Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, our 6th Imam, Muhammad salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum. So, our 6th Imam, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, has said, Yarunahu wa la ya'rifuna. They see him, but they do not recognize him. And this is an authentic hadith, authentic quote, if you do want to look it up later. Our 12th Imam sees people. He sees us. Each and every one of you, he sees. And he recognizes all of you as well. 110%. We see the Imam. That is a fact that our 6th Imam has declared. So to say that this is a false claim is just plain wrong. We see him. We do see the 12th Imam. In our lives, we may see the 12th Imam in our lives at some point. But we don't recognize him. Yes. Here, on earth. We don't know that. That's the point I was trying to make. But yeah, he's not, we don't know where he is on earth. He appears, there have been many, you can go search up, there's been many authentic hadiths of Imam-e-Zamana coming to help people in their time of need. And people have reported that this mysterious person comes to help them. They look like any normal person. They help, and then afterwards, they disappear. It's happened many times. It's been reported many times. And people only after Imam-e-Zamana leaves their aid, they realize that they had just met the Imam. But at the moment, they don't recognize him, right? However, the difference here is that the 12th Imam recognizes us. In fact, our 12th Imam himself has said, none of your news is hidden from us. We are not negligent in your protection, nor are we forgetful of your remembrance. Had it not been so, calamities would have descended upon you, and enemies would have annihilated you. Now there is a great benefit to this. Just like people draw advantage from the sun when it's hidden behind the clouds. For example, guys, when it's cloudy and it's cold, have you ever gone to like an area, a small area where there's sun just because it feels a little warmer? Everyone's done it, right? You do that. That's just, you want the warmth. You don't really want the cold. No one here wants cold, right? Just like that, we ourselves can relate all our difficulties to the Imam of our time. We can reach out to him through our cries of help. Now I want to ask a question for you guys. Are there any ways that you guys have used to communicate with Imam-e-Zamana? Any way specifically? I've put down the Menti right there. You guys are able to do some free word answers. I would request you guys to maybe keep it a little bit short. A little bit short. Don't make the answers too long. There. One response so far. Quran, okay. I don't know. Are you guys able to put down multiple multiple words, or is it kind of just one word? One word? Okay. We'll wait on maybe a few more responses so we can continue after. Guys, we only have one response so far. Are there any technical issues? That would be you? You responded, yeah. But there's only one response. We're gonna need at least two. Oh, there you go. Dua, namaz. Any other responses? Sorry? You can enter 3 at a time? Okay. You can reply? You can reply by joining the Menti. No? Okay. You can say it out loud if you want. We've had 3 responses, so go for it. Go give one more. Okay, letters 1, that's good. So let's just imagine there's a letter out there, okay? So 4 responses. 3 plus 1, including my dad, yeah. Someone can write letter if they're able to on the phone. Okay, dua, Quran, Allah. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's a little more vague, I want to say, but yeah, valid. 6 responses. Oh wait, that's quite a few. Never mind. Okay, I think we can continue. Okay, good. All right. So a way that some people like to communicate with the 12th Imam is through something called an ariza. An ariza is a letter that you specifically write to the 12th Imam. It can be with, maybe you just want to write to him. Maybe like, hey, this is how I'm doing so far, assalamu alaikum, ya Imam-e-Zamana. It could be you have complaints in your life, you have any troubles, and you want solutions, you want help, right? That's what an ariza would be for. Other people, they like to talk to the Imam using du'as or prayers. That's perfectly valid too. Some people like to recite ziyarat, while others prefer to just talk to Imams after namaz. They literally just like to talk to them. And that's also perfectly valid. As long as you are making an active effort to communicate, you can add one.
I guess just saying his name.
By saying his name? Ya Imam-e-Zamana? Yeah. And can also, that's true. If
Because at the moment you might not think, hey, what if you're stressed out, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's recite dua or talk with.
Yeah. Yeah, so what Farhad said, as at the moment you might be stressed out, you're not thinking of reciting dua or prayers, you're not thinking that far ahead, just in the moment, in the spur of your emotions, you may just call out his name. That's also very perfectly valid because, again, like I said before, Imam-e-Zamana, he recognizes us. And if he recognizes us, he recognizes our pains, he recognizes our efforts, if we make any, he recognizes our complaints and our problems and our situations. He's there for us. But now, do we recognize that he's there for us? That's the biggest issue here, right? Now, what is one of the most popular du'as that we recite to call for the return of the 12th Imam? It's very popular. Everyone knows this dua. I'd be very hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't know this dua. Yeah. No. Ayatul Kursi is very good, yes. That's recommended. But, for example, what are we going to recite after this program? Yeah. Dua Imam-e-Zamana. Dua al-Faraj. Dua Imam-e-Zamana. Allahumma kulli waliyika hujjat ibn al-Hasan. That one. That's the most popular dua. Every kid knows this. Every kid and their mother knows this. It's a very popular dua. It's one of the first duas that's been taught to many, many Muslim kids. For a good reason. It's there specifically to call for the return of the 12th Imam. So we recite Dua al-Faraj, and we will also be reciting it after the program today before we finish off. Now, all of these methods of communicating with our 12th Imam show the faith and trust that we have in not just his reappearance, but also his continued support in our daily lives as we try to get closer to Allah. Now, alongside through which we communicate with our 12th Imam, we have some duties and responsibilities towards our 12th Imam. I can just go ahead and list all these duties and responsibilities. I can just go ahead and tell you all this, but I'm not going to do that. I want to make this a little bit more open again. I want you guys to contribute. I want you guys to think, brainstorm. What are some duties and responsibilities that we have? And I want you to think general. Don't get too specific. Think more general about this, okay? So, my next question for you guys is, what are some duties and responsibilities that we have towards our 12th Imam? And this is if I'm not mistaken, a free written question. So not just restricted to one word, you can write a sentence or two. But again, I would advise you to keep your answers a little bit short. You can, remember, keep it short, keep it general. You can get really specific if you want. Just keep in mind that if you get really specific, I will comment on it. Just to maybe elaborate a little bit, which is fine. Okay, may I remind you that this is being live streamed. So let's not do that. Okay. You must pray. Okay, can we get some more? Yep. More. Okay. That seems to be a recurring pattern. We must pray. Read Quran, pray du'as like Imam-e-Zaman, Allah. Okay, I said general, I didn't say vague. If that makes any sense. Remember him, prepare ourselves for his return. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you for having a good response. That really helps. It really, really helps. Join the mentee. Here, I'll get you the QR code if you want. I told him to join the mentee, he's walking away. Oh, okay, I see. Again, if you need to reconnect at any point, I've put the QR code up there for your convenience. Maybe give it like, 10 more minutes, okay. Not 10 more minutes, 10 more seconds. All right, let's see. My favorite answer out of all of these has to be, remember him, prepare ourselves for his return. That is one of the actual duty and responsibilities that I've listed down in this program today, which I'm going to continue going over. Is that what you said? Did you say that? Okay, thanks for contributing. Okay. Nope, wrong. Okay. So I'm going to go over some of the duties and responsibilities that we as people who are waiting for the return of our 12th Imam, we have. The first duty that we have as we wait for the reappearance of the 12th Imam is to recognize him. So earlier I touched a little bit upon this at the start of the program by simply knowing information, facts, and history of the 12th Imam is not going to cut it, right? It's just not enough. We need to try and understand that perfection an authority that has been granted to him. We need to understand that. We need to recognize the kind of authority that our 12th Imam has. We need to recognize kind of the perfection that he has attained and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him. This may be a little bit obvious, but we also need to improve our deeds. The only way to get closer to our 12th Imam is by doing good deeds. Whoever doesn't desire this, the 12th Imam himself has said, then each one of you should act in such a way that your deeds bring you closer to our love, and refrain from all those actions that will bring you nearer to our wrath and anger. He himself, the 12th Imam himself, has stated that if you do bad deeds, you are bringing yourself closer to their wrath and anger. But if you do good deeds, you're only bringing yourself closer to his love, which is, I would say it's a pretty good trade agreement, right? Speaking more to our unity and collectivity, which is something that we've been covering in the last few programs, we need to also improve our own society. Because you don't just have the responsibility to yourself, but you also have a responsibility to a cause that is bigger than you, that is bigger than yourself. And so you have a responsibility to your children, your brothers, your sisters, your relatives, your friends, your acquaintances. You have a responsibility to all of them. What do I mean by this? Well, don't have me explain it. Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam, our 11th Imam, the father of our 12th Imam, has himself stated what is meant by this. This is a long quote and it is split into multiple parts. So I've kept it a little bit short because I don't want to overload you guys with a very, very big hadith, but I will give the reference for it is right here. So if you need the reference, if you want to see the quote in its entirety, the reference is right here. So, Tafsir Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam, page 114 and page 115. An orphan is he who loses his father, but greater than him is he who has become distanced from his Imam and does not have access to him. He is not aware of his responsibilities and obligations. One who is knowledgeable of our traditions and knowledge should teach this to the Shia who is ignorant. It is as if he has sheltered and nourished an orphan. Yes, the one who guides him and teaches him our religious laws will be with us in paradise. As mentioned before, dua is our greatest weapon as a believer, and so we must continue to always pray for the reappearance of the 12th Imam. That much is obvious. We should always continue to pray for him. We must also give sadaqah for the 12th Imam. It's not necessary that we only give sadaqah when someone is ill or sick or is afflicted in any way. That's not the only time that you have to give sadaqah, right? You can also give sadaqah as an expression towards your love towards someone. And in this day and age, giving sadaqah for the safety of the 12th Imam is a great expression of our love to him. Lastly, and this is quite important, I want you guys to answer this question for me. Who do you go to in your daily lives when you have problems or complaints or something that you need? And I think, yes, this is a one-word answer. So you have one word. I believe you have 3 words that you can put down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allah is a good one. Yes. One of the best ones, actually. Yeah. How do you join? You want the QR code? There you go. I will give you guys a few moments to collect your thoughts and put down some words. Don't see any words, I can't move on. Okay, that QR code is blocking that answer. Hang on. Let's say friends that you can trust, Allah, teachers. Teachers, I didn't actually think of that one. That's a good one. Although teachers are a little bit hidden by the background, so sorry about that. But it says over here, teachers. Any other answers? Parents is a good one. Parents is a good one. Although in this day and age, with the Western mindset, that's not really encouraged anymore. Don't go to your parents, right? It's great. Real great. I would like to make that a whole discussion one day on the importance of parents and how Western tradition is kind of distancing us from that reality, but maybe some other day. Any other answers? Nope. All right, let's continue. So unfortunately today, we speak of our problems to everyone but to our 12th Imam. That's the reality of it. And that includes me too. The sad reality is that when we have complaints, we go to our friends, we go to teachers, we go to parents. We rightfully, sometimes we go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is very good, yes. But again, like I said, not going to the 12th Imam when you have problems, when you want someone to complain to, this is common, and I'm not shaming anyone for it. I'm also guilty of this myself. But does it not make sense that Imam-e-Zamana, who is the door of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is someone who we can turn to for our problems? Is that not a proper response, something that we can do? Is that not a proper action to make? If we have problems and we plead to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through our 12th Imam, does it not make sense that our supplications will be accepted? If Imam-e-Zamana is literally the door of Allah, not literally, but if he is by name the door of Allah, the code? The code is 4808-7764. 4808-7764. Got it? Okay. If we have problems and we plead to Allah through our 12th Imam, does it not make sense that our supplications will be accepted? It makes sense, right? So with that, I do want to finish up today's program. Like I said, today will be a little bit of a shorter lecture. I'm going to leave you though with a thoughtful question. And I want you guys, again, I try to, with every program, leave you guys with a thoughtful question, something you to ponder upon. I don't need you to bring me an answer. It's not something I require of you. It's just a question, okay? So the question I want to leave with you guys for today is, how can we get closer to our 12th Imam? And what resources do we have available to us right now to do so? Technically that's 2 questions, but like I said, ponder upon it. Just think about it, okay? Lasting thought. Finish off, can someone come and recite Dua al-Faraj? We talked about this. The dua. Anyone. Dua Imam-e-Zamana? Going once. Going twice. Okay, please come on over. Here, and we'll finish up with that. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma kulle waliyaka al-hujjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abaihi fi hadha sa wa fi kulli sa waliyan wa hafidan wa qaidan wa nasira wa dalilan wa aina hatta tuskinuhu arzaka taw'a wa tamattu fiha tawila. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.